Hello, everybody. Justin Van Leuvan, Katerra. I run sales for the East Coast, really everything east of Texas for multifamily. Out of Atlanta, by the way, so thank you for having the summit in September and not January. It is pretty funny. I was downtown Minneapolis yesterday, and I know you guys have all those crossovers, skyways, and I was thinking, it must get so cold here that you can't walk outside in January or you will die? Is that fair? Okay. I just thought it was funny. So I usually open up these presentations with saying, the idea for Katerra is that we are an assemblies company, or we're prefab, or we're just a construction company. But the idea is much broader for us. We consider ourselves a technology company that is in the construction business. I think if you look at the amount of time, expense, research, development that's all focused on technology, you really look at what it is that Katerra is truly all about. Our mantra right now is better, faster, and smarter. And so what does that mean? It really does mean, and I know we've used this word quite a bit today, is technology and research and development, and how it is that we can take what is truly needed in this industry, which is innovation. It's been brought up a few times as far as automated factory industrialization through industries like cars or electronics. I mean, these are massive industries. There's $800-900 billion industries. But if you looked at the construction industry, I think Jason mentioned it, it's 1.3 trillion. And there hasn't been any innovation in this industry over the last 100 years outside of maybe the nail gun. And so that's really why Katerra, we think, Katerra and then my colleagues up here, that's really why we're here, is to try to figure out a way to make it so that we can solve two of the biggest problems, which is really time and its cost. So what is Katerra? It's tough for a 10-minute wrap-up for Katerra. I could spend forever because we're so multifaceted. But a quick explanation is that we're out to do things differently. And what I mean by that is we want to control the entire process of construction. So we consider it end-to-end. And so very simply, it's from the conception or inception of design and engineering. So it's our products, and we've used the word product here before. So for me, a multifamily, senior housing, an office building, to me, is a product based on Revit, based on a BIM, a bill of materials. So I know the number of nails within this design. I have my own supply chain that's global, where I'm sourcing all of the materials myself. These are in Shenzhen, Hong Kong, to Brazil, France, Guadalajara, bringing in all of those materials myself into our factory or factories, which we have one in Phoenix. Our newest one is in San Francisco. We have one in Dallas coming next year, and then another one that's coming in the Southeast, likely Georgia, South Carolina. And then my colleague over there in the corner, Pete Cobelt, he runs sales for cross-laminated timber, and we're real excited about that one. That's it's the world's largest cross-laminated timber factory. And that's in Spokane, Washington. And they've been producing CLT for a few months now, and so pretty exciting. Pete's going to be a part of a panel, so we can talk about it. So we're taking all of those materials into our factories and then creating assemblies, or we've talked about wall panels, floor systems, roof trusses. The trick, I think the secret sauce to Katerra is just ownership of the supply chain, taking those materials and truly baking as much of those materials inside the panel as we can. There's some construction folks in here that are saying, okay, well, nationally, what you're going to be able to do in one state is not possible to do in the other state, or even, in the same city, but the municipalities are broken apart by a street, they'll let you do one thing versus the other. So the idea, though, is to put as much material inside that panel. If we can get the cladding on it, all the MEP, electrical, drywall, if the municipality would let us do this. But right now, it's just getting as much in there in that panel, taking it stacking it up on a truck, shipping it out to the site to then be assembled on site. And so for us, the end-to-end model, what I am a part of is we are the architect of record, we're the engineer of record, and we're the GC of record. Truly multifaceted. Again, we could spend all day talking about what it is that we truly do, but I think for us, there's many verticals at Katerra, just like there's many industries and people here that can service from Katerra. You don't have to just go end to end, which is stagnant for me, where I've got to control everything. We also have just a straight material sales team where you can a la carte buy all of the materials that we're sourcing, which, by the way, just all based on scale and volume. We're trying to get the price down. There's also a renovations aspect to it. So if you're a multifamily owner and you own deals that are 7+ years older, you need to get those deals renovated. And so we bought a company 2.5 years ago called United Renovation out of Dallas. They're the largest in the nation. I mean, they're doing $200+ million in renovations annually. And that, again, was just a material play for us to get the volume of materials down. And then so the last part, which is more recent because of our acquisitions, we are acquiring GCs and architectural firms regionally, but all over the nation. And so we're starting to consider ourselves pretty beefy as it relates to just GC opportunities. And so we can take a third-party architectural design and then just use our GC service. And obviously, as a benefit to that, you're sourcing our materials. And so there's hopefully a cost savings or just a savings for materials as it relates to just being a standard general contractor. Technology, we've talked about it. The few things on this slide, I think that one of the most interesting and most new or innovative is our software. So Katerra is out of Silicon Valley, and so of course, coming out of that region, we're pretty proud. We have to come up with some sort of software. We think that this is going to be revolutionary as it relates to just construction management software. Where it gets really interesting is for us from just the ownership of the entire process. So imagine this software from the land acquisition to estimating to budgeting, pre-con to even all the way through construction. One of the better takeaways from maybe this presentation, which I might have to cut short, but the takeaways is that, so if it's my materials and it's my design and I'm building, let's say 65 to 70% of the product in my factory using this software for just estimating purposes, think about the knowledge of cost associated to building that deal that you have well in advance of just your typical construction model. For me, that's one of the better takeaways. Like Jason, I loved it. Our slides were very comparable. So to me, this is just a 3-story garden walk-up product that we have. It's a bill of materials to me. I know the number of nails. I know everything about this. Bones of the deal important. Both these deals could be adjacent to each other on the street, but to the tenant or to anybody else, you would never know that this is the same deal. It's just the cladding can be different. The roof setting could be flat, pitched, whatever. But we're not out to build cookie cutter stuff. This is beautiful. There are intentions here, but we just want to standardize. It's a big word we've used today a lot. So the idea is just standardize for building design, from unit planning to standardize for materials and products, etc. Examples of our factory, this is one in Phoenix on the left. In the middle is our mass timber, that's in Spokane CLT. And then precast concrete. So we bought a precast concrete company in India. We're very active in the Middle East. We have intentions of building 5 factories in Saudi Arabia and I think 2 more in India. So there is a housing crisis there with, I think our intentions are to build upwards of over 1 million single-family homes over there with malls and hospitals, et cetera. And so, we're not just North America focused. We want to build, obviously, globally. Takeaway for us, materials, just ownership of the supply chain, completely vertically integrated. We have talked about this, taking labor from the site, bringing it into a factory, and then logistics using our SAP to control the factory, control communication between the factory and the site. There's a photo of wood. This is supposed to be a video. One last takeaway. Just let me. So we're in execution mode. We've been out trying to just research, development, figured out acquisitions. Takeaway. We've got our what I would consider our first building. It's in Las Vegas called Fort Apache. It's 8 buildings. Each of our building is 24 units. We quarantined one building to figure out how fast we can build it, and we built it in less than 90 days. That is probably 50% less than market. And this was our first one, so real excited about it. The opportunity for us is we think we can get this down from 90 days to 60 days to 30 days. Just a matter of time. Thank you.